At 16, I dropped out of school and was picking corn in the field. A city boy, driving a luxury car, had a cigarette dangling from his mouth as he argued with his girlfriend. "Are we really breaking up?" The girl sneered. "Yeah, if it weren't for wanting to get close to your brother, I wouldn't have been with a spoiled brat like you. Go ask anyone, who could love someone like you?" The man was furious, stamped his foot, and waved at me, speaking recklessly. "Hey, I'll fund your schooling, give you food and clothes, give you more money than you could spend in this lifetime. Will you love me in return?" I didn't hesitate. "Okay." Later he said to me again, "You go after my brother. Only when he falls in love will Luna give up."
Welcome to listen to my full sweet love series novel. I'm the blogger and I'm Twilight's novel. Now let's start the main story.
I didn't immediately agree to Leon's request. Compared to 7 years ago, I had changed a lot. Leon had raised me well. He paid for my education, hired tutors, enrolled me in various hobby classes. He indulged me in anything I wanted to learn. Last year after graduation, he spent a fortune buying me a car and an apartment. When I was learning to drive, it was summer. He accompanied me patiently every day without ever complaining about being tired. By now, no one called me a country bumpkin anymore. They said I was the girl cherished by the Zhou family's second son, Leon. They said I was his child bride. After all, he had spared no effort in lifting me up. He spent 7 years nurturing a flower. Now, this flower was vibrant and had blossomed into its most beautiful state. How could he possibly just hand it over to someone else? But no one expected that Luna would return. She had gone abroad shortly after breaking up with Leon, cutting off contact with everyone. Last month, she returned after completing her studies. The first thing she did was confess to Silas. She got rejected though. Not many people knew about Luna's feelings for Silas. After her failed confession, probably with no one to confide in, she called Leon in tears. "Leon, I'm back." Just that one sentence threw him into disarray. Later, she got upset over Silas several more times. Each time, it was Leon who comforted her. He felt sorry for her, yet also a bit angry. Why? He was practically willing to lay his heart bare for her, yet she only had eyes for his cold and silent brother? But I hadn't expected him to come up with such a terrible idea. In my opinion, someone like Silas wouldn't like any girl at all. Yet Leon came to beg me every day. He sent me flowers, designer bags. Money flowed like water onto me. Colleagues who saw thought he was pursuing me. Before, we always thought your relationship was special. He's so good to you, and he seems very rich. Just say yes, and remember to treat us to a meal when you're together. I smiled faintly and didn't reply. Yes, he was so good to me. I could never repay his kindness in this lifetime. Just then, Leon's call came in. His voice sounded a bit nonchalant. "Did you get the flowers? Do you like them?" I hummed in agreement. He sighed. "Forget it. I thought about it. If you really don't want to, I could also." I interrupted him. "I agree." Leon's voice abruptly stopped. "What? What you asked me to do, I agree." He was silent for a while on the other end, then suddenly laughed. "All right then, go ahead. If you can't catch him, it's fine. I'll still take care of you for life." As he spoke, he added a few more words, as if explaining. Over the years, the girls introduced to my brother through matchmaking, if not 100, then at least 80. But he didn't fancy any of them. Except he seems to have a bit of a soft spot for you. Otherwise, I wouldn't have asked you to do this. After listening, I looked at the moon in the sky, nodded after a long while. Okay. Then I heard the click of a lighter. He was smoking again. He called my name, his voice also a bit muffled. "By the way, I never asked you. Sophia. Do you have someone you like?" I was stunned. Is that important? If you have someone you like, then forget this plan. I can't ruin your life. I glanced at the blooming roses on my desk. I heard he used to love sending flowers to Luna the most, all air freighted from elsewhere. A single stem cost half a month's wages for an ordinary person. I pursed my lips. No. Actually, I lied to Leon. I liked him. I liked him from the first moment I saw him. But all these years, he only had Luna in his heart. A couple more days passed, Leon personally organized a party for Luna's homecoming. He sent me an invitation too. I heard Luna found out about me and insisted on seeing me. She said, "That girl from the cornfield 7 years ago? You really brought her back, Leon. She was so dark, skinny and small. Not pretty at all. I thought you were just joking. I'm really curious what she looks like now." I happened to have something to do and declined immediately. Leon sent me several messages. The last one said, "My brother will be there too. Haven't forgotten what you promised me, right?" I stared at the screen. My chest felt tight, a bit suffocated. It hurt terribly. But he had put it that way. I had to go. Otherwise, wouldn't that be too ungrateful? When I arrived, a group of them were playing cards. Someone saw me, their expression became subtle, and they didn't greet me as before. Before, out of respect for Leon, they all flattered me, calling me Miss Sophia. But now, anyone with eyes could see Leon wouldn't marry me. I walked over and looked. At the entire table, only Luna was winning. Leon was very good at these games. I could tell he was deliberately letting Luna win. After a long time, Luna noticed me. She looked at me in surprise, covered her mouth and exclaimed, "Wow, how have you changed so much? I remember you used to be." She trailed off meaningfully, clicked her tongue, then waved her hand, stood up, and offered me her seat. "All right, you play. I'm tired." Then she picked up her phone and tapped on it. I was close enough to see the name on the screen. It was Silas. But it was almost all her sending messages unilaterally. The other side never replied to her. I sat down. Leon's expression turned cold. When he picked up cards again, he seemed a bit irritable. They played for high stakes, and no one went easy on me. In no time, I lost over 100,000. Luna stood nearby and said somewhat exaggeratedly, "What's wrong with you? Making her lose so much? Where would she get the money? Can she even afford it?" Someone pushed the pile of chips in front of him away. This person was Leon's best friend, Oliver. He looked up nonchalantly. "What's there to fear? Leon will cover it for her." He was right. Before it had always been like that. Luna raised an eyebrow. "Oh? Really?" Leon grunted in agreement and took out his phone, ready to transfer money. But I spoke first. "No need, I'll handle it myself." Leon looked at me, his gaze darkening. "Don't be stubborn." I smiled faintly. "It's fine, I can't rely on you forever." Over the years, because of Leon, I had actually learned quite a few skills to earn money. I had saved some money. I even opened a separate bank account, depositing a fixed sum each month, planning to repay Leon in the future. But he didn't know any of this. As I spoke, I transferred the money to each of them. Leon had won the most. He stared at the screen for a good while, then snorted and clicked receive. "All right then, Sophia, you've grown some backbone." A while later, I went to the restroom. When I came out, I happened to see Leon and Luna arguing in the corridor outside. "Didn't you say Silas would be here too? Why hasn't he arrived?" Something came up. "What? Still holding a torch for my brother? You've chased him for so long. Has he even acknowledged you?" "Humph. So what? I'm willing. What about you? Why keep that? What's her name? Sophia around?" Leon stared at her. "Are you jealous?" "No, I just can't stand women like that, mooching off others like parasites." "She must have cost you a fortune all these years, right?" Leon raised his hand and rubbed his nose. "Wasn't I just trying to provoke you? If you'd give up on my brother and get back with me, I'd cut ties with Sophia immediately, never speak to her again." The lights in the corridor were dim. I stood in the corner, my heart instantly turning ice cold. I didn't listen anymore. I went in another direction, calmed myself for a while, then walked back. Pushing open the door, the private room was already empty. I went outside and realized it was pouring rain. Oliver had gone to throw up earlier and hadn't left yet. He came out, saw me and was stunned. "You're still here?" "Oh, Leon just went to see Luna home. It's raining too hard now, and this place is remote. But I'm not going your way." "Should you wait?" "I'll call Leon. Have him come back to pick you up." I shook my head. "Forget it." Oliver sighed upon hearing this, didn't say more, and got into the car with his female companion. I deeply regretted not driving here earlier. I took out my phone, ready to try calling a ride. But no one accepted the ride. I searched. There was a bus stop not far away. I made up my mind and braved the rain to leave the main gate. However, I hadn't walked more than a few steps when an umbrella was held over my head. Immediately after, I heard a somewhat deep voice. Just as the rumors said, cold and distant. Sophia. That night, the rain poured down heavily. It was Silas who drove me home. On the way, he took a call. It was Leon calling. I was close. I could clearly hear the voice on the other end. Bro, we've all left. When you finish, don't come here. Silas raised an eyebrow, not mentioning he had actually already been to the club. You said you had something urgent to discuss. Then you ran off yourself. So, what was it really? Sigh, Luna wanted to see you. You know her temper. I couldn't refuse her. Silas's face remained expressionless as he curled his lip. What? You give her whatever she wants? Even sell out your own brother? Leon was still using his careless tone. I give it. You know I've liked her since we were kids. For her, I can do anything, abandon anything. Besides, who told you never to date? At this point, his tone paused, and he cursed softly. Damn, I forgot about Sophia. Gotta go, bro. Silas glanced at me. He said, It was a wonder Leon could still remember me. Silas hung up the phone and said nothing. I silently shifted my gaze to look out the window. My phone was in my bag. In the past, I would have immediately taken it out to see if Leon had called me. But this time, perhaps too tired, I did nothing. The phone never rang. Only then did I remember I had put it on silent during the afternoon meeting and forgotten to turn the sound back on. Silence all the way. Finally, we reached the entrance to my neighborhood. I breathed a sigh of relief. The rain was still falling outside. He picked up the umbrella beside him and handed it to me. I said thank you. Reached out to take it. Once it was in my hand, he didn't let go. I looked at Silas, puzzled, not understanding his meaning. Mr. Zhou. His gaze rested on me. After a long time he finally let go. Then he spoke very calmly to me. If you're sad you can cry. After a pause, he added, if you need any help, you can also come to me. I won't tell anyone. My heartbeat missed a beat. Only then did I realize that since hearing that call earlier, my hands had been trembling. Yes. Leon's words. Can abandon anything. Wasn't that referring to me? I clenched my hand at my side, looked into Silas's eyes, and suddenly smiled. In these 7 years, I hadn't actually seen him many times. But why every time we met? Was it always so embarrassing? At that moment, inexplicably, a sense of recklessness washed over me. I deliberately changed how I addressed him. Silas, what if I said, I wanted to date you? Silas frowned and gave me a cold look. That's not possible. I got home. I tidied up for a while. Then took my phone out of my bag. In just that short time, Leon had called me dozens of times. Besides calls, he sent many messages. Left in a hurry earlier. Forgot you were there too. I'll arrange for someone to pick you up. Why aren't you answering? You're not in trouble, are you? Reply to me quick. Angry. Forget it. I'll come myself. The last message was sent 3 minutes ago. I thought about it. Was just about to call him back. To tell him not to worry. The screen showed the words, typing. A moment later, his message arrived. Luna suddenly feels unwell. I have to stay with her. Better have the driver pick you up. I looked at this message for a long time, then typed a reply. No need, I'm already home. Leon instantly sent me a 17-second voice message. Finally replied. Scared me to death. Thought something happened to you. Good that you're safe. Busy now, won't talk. I sighed. Okay. I suddenly remembered that over the years, I'd heard many stories about Leon and Luna. He had gone to great lengths to pursue her. He fought for her, got jealous, and did quite a few ridiculous things. When they were 18, Luna's family had a crisis. Leon begged his father at home for half a month and even went on a hunger strike. Only then did Father Zhou agree, at great cost, to help the Zhang family. Not long after they got together. Everyone said Leon truly loved Luna deeply. When I first appeared by Leon's side, some said Leon must be crazy, just to provoke Luna, willing to take on a problem like me. However, the Zhou family agreed quite readily. After all, it was just funding my education. That small amount of money wasn't enough for them to hold a few banquets. After that day, Leon didn't contact me for a while. But I knew he was with Luna all the time. He took her everywhere to have fun, skiing today, watching the sunset tomorrow. A few of his close friends tagged along too. Oliver posted group photos of them on his social media. In the photos, Leon's gaze was always fixed on Luna. Someone commented underneath, "TSK, young Master Zhou and Luna are just more compatible." Right, someone probably thought they could soar on a phoenix branch. Must be dumbfounded now. Comments like this were nothing new to me when I first came to the Zhou family. But later, Leon got angry about it several times, and they dared not say it anymore. This time, however, Leon clearly didn't intend to take it to heart. Because he replied underneath, "Of course you've got taste. Luna and I were always meant to be." But strangely, seeing these words, I didn't feel very sad. I even thought, then just forget it. Stop liking Leon. Let them have their meant to be. The next second, I liked this social media post. Then commented underneath, "Next time, just say outright that someone is Sophia. What's the point of riddles?" But coincidentally, I think they're a great match too. Less than 2 minutes after posting, I refreshed, and the post was gone. Leon sent me 2 messages. What's the big deal? You've heard worse before, no need to get angry with them. Be good. I'll take you shopping in a couple of days. TSK. Yeah, it wasn't like it was the first time I'd been put down. I come from a poor background, I'm poor, so being criticized a few times is fine. I threw my phone aside. Went to take a shower. When I came out, I saw he had sent several more messages consecutively. Not replying to me. Fine. But don't forget what you promised me. I looked at them for a while, then replied, "Okay." Not long after, the news that Leon and I had fallen out spread everywhere. Because that day, they happened to be hanging out together. After I replied to Leon's message, he stared at the screen for a good while. Finally couldn't hold back, smashed his phone on the spot. Damn it. Didn't even say anything bad about her. Only knows to take her temper out on me. It's not like I owe her anything. Coincidentally, I went out to eat with a friend. Halfway through, I stepped out to take a call and happened to overhear Oliver chatting with someone in the corridor. This Sophia, what an ingrate. Leon's been so good to her. What's wrong with criticizing her a bit? Besides, ultimately, she should be kowtowing to Luna. If it weren't for Luna, Leon wouldn't have brought her back. Oliver clicked his tongue. All right, you can't say that. The Zhou family funds countless students every year. Haven't heard you talk about others like that. She's special. Kept by Leon's side. Treasured like the apple of his eye. How can those others compare to her? She's done a lot for Leon too. All these years whenever he called, wasn't she always there? Not to mention, 2 years ago when Leon almost got into a car accident, it was her who shielded him. She was bedridden for 3 months. Sigh, that's true too. But with Luna back, her existence is just an eyesore, isn't it? I stood in the corner, waited for them to enter the private room, then headed that way. Actually, if they hadn't brought it up, I might have almost forgotten I had such a heroic act. That day was the first time Luna had called Leon in 5 years. She told him. She had dreamed of Silas. Asked if he could secretly take a photo of Silas and send it to her. Leon froze upon hearing this. Didn't even see the car coming. I pushed him, but couldn't dodge myself, got hit. Luckily, nothing serious happened. But still, I needed surgery. Was hospitalized for 3 months. But in everyone's eyes, this was something I should have done. Mrs. Zhou came to see me and specifically said, "It's touching that you have such feelings for Leon. He has a carefree nature. We never expected great achievements from him anyway. In the future, if he still treats you this well, I won't object to you being my daughter-in-law." Because of this, my child bride nickname spread. Leon had never explained it publicly. Everyone thought he tacitly agreed. Even I thought so. But now if I still thought that, it would be ungrateful. Of course, I had no time to care about the gossip outside. I had something important to do. That was to pursue Silas. I knew I definitely wouldn't succeed. It was just to put on an act for Leon to see. Later, even if he didn't get his wish, I had done my part. Couldn't be blamed on me. I had no experience in this, so I went to ask a friend. Chloe was my college classmate and had rich dating experience. In her words, she was the right person to ask for this. I asked her, "How do you please a man?" She clicked her tongue in astonishment on the other end. "Leon, with how attentive he is to you, do you even need to please?" In college, Leon often visited me on campus. He had a striking appearance, was wealthy, naturally the kind of person who drew attention. Over time, everyone knew he treated me well, so well it was excessive. I said casually, "I just want to learn." That night, Chloe imparted all her knowledge. From that day on, I started pursuing Silas. Every day after work, I went to the Joe Corporation building to wait for him, bringing flowers and love letters. The words inside were so cheesy I didn't want to read them a second time. Silas remained cold. But he never embarrassed me. Over the years, we actually had a few encounters. In my second year of college, Leon took me on a trip out of town. I got caught in the rain and developed a fever. He heard Luna was in trouble and flew abroad overnight. In the end, it was Silas who took care of me. When a client gave me a hard time and splashed coffee on me, he stepped in to help. Every time, it was when I was at my most embarrassed and humiliated. I took photos of the process of my pursuing Silas and sent them to Leon. Result: he actually blocked me. I didn't care. Figured I'd keep it up for another 10 days or so, then settle accounts with him. That way, it shouldn't count as ungrateful. But that evening, when I went shopping with Chloe, I ran into Leon and Luna. They had bought a lot of things. Leon's spoiled young master attitude completely disappeared in front of Luna. His hands were full of shopping bags. All women's clothing and bags. Seeing me, he paused. Luna also smiled. "Ah, it's you. What are you doing here? Want to buy something? Need me to recommend something? By the way, things here are very expensive. Did you bring enough money? You know Leon is here, right? Did you come to use his card? Here, take it." As she spoke, she stretched out her hand. In her palm was clearly Leon's card. Chloe had a fiery temper. Hearing this, she sensed something wrong. She sneered. "What do you mean? What? Are you the only ones with money? The only ones noble?" Then she stared at Leon. "Sophia even came to ask me how to please you. How can you just watch another woman talk to her like that?" Chloe didn't know yet that Luna was his white moonlight. I pulled Chloe behind me. "It's okay, I'll handle it." Looking up, I saw Leon staring at me. His gaze held surprise. "Emotion?" He said, "Actually, my anger has already subsided. If you want to make up, just say so. No need to please me." But Luna's words just now didn't mean anything else. "Leon," I interrupted him. "The money you spent on me, I will pay you back." "Really?" "I'm very grateful, and I won't cling to you forever. After doing what you asked me to do, I'll leave." Leon looked at me stunned. The things in his hands fell to the ground. "You." "I didn't mean that." I ignored him, took Chloe, and left. After leaving the mall, Chloe was indignant. "Don't like Leon anymore. He and that woman are definitely not just ordinary friends. I used to think he was a decent man." I laughed dryly. "Yeah, I don't like him anymore." Chloe calmed down a bit. I said, "Don't be angry. Once I finish this busy period, I'll treat you to a big meal." I was supposed to be accompanying her shopping today, but this ruined the mood. She snorted. "Deal." Leon unblocked me. He sent me many messages. "I never meant for you to pay me back. I helped you sincerely. Didn't expect repayment." Don't take Luna's words to heart. That's just her personality. I was too angry, that's why I blocked you. What have you been doing lately? Can we go back to how we were before, okay? I pretended not to see them. Didn't reply to these messages. Instead, I sent all the photos I had saved recently. The cookies I made for Silas. The envelope of the love letter. And 2 screenshots of chat records. Nothing important. But I was very proactive, enthusiastic even. And every message I sent, Silas replied. Though very briefly. After sending all the pictures, there was a long silence on the other end. Then I received a voice message from Leon. His tone was cold, with a hint of gritted teeth. Well, thank you very much. For my sake, you've really gone all out. I replied humbly. You're welcome. No reply came after that. That night, I searched for a place online and messaged Chloe to arrange dinner. She suggested inviting a few more friends for a good time. I agreed. After dinner, we went to a KTV together. Midway through, I stepped out and unexpectedly heard my own name. I've made up my mind. Let's get back together. I probably can never be with him in this lifetime. As for that Sophia, send her away. I feel uncomfortable just thinking she's been clinging to you for 7 years. She said herself today she would leave you. This voice was Luna's. I looked over and saw Luna buried in a man's embrace. Leon looked at Luna a bit flustered. You? Before he finished speaking, Luna stood on her toes and kissed his lips. I quickly averted my gaze and ran in the other direction. Now it was settled. I didn't need to chase Silas anymore. Of course, the whole thing was utterly ridiculous and laughable. But I hadn't expected to see Silas at that moment. Clearly, he had seen that scene too. He walked over and handed me a tissue. So spineless. I'd made up my mind, even declared my resolve, but knowing they were really getting together, I couldn't hold back my tears. This time, I didn't stand on ceremony. I took the tissue and wiped my face. Thank you, Mr. Zhou. However, you were right not to agree before. I'm really not that great. Not worthy of you. Just pretend the past few weeks never happened. I won't bother you again. Silas was stunned for a moment, then stared into my eyes. He said, No. I didn't understand. Huh? His tone turned serious, his voice very earnest. What I mean is, I never thought you weren't worthy of me. I rejected you because your pursuit wasn't sincere. It was Leon's idea, right? He has helped you, but that doesn't mean you have to do whatever he asks, understand? There are 1,000 ways to repay a debt of gratitude. Sophia, you chose the most foolish one. From that day on, I immersed myself fully in my work again. Whenever I encountered something I didn't understand and asked Silas, he would always reply promptly. In this regard, he was truly an excellent teacher. Under his guidance, I gradually improved myself. Leon got back together with Luna. He specifically had someone tell me that the task he had previously asked me to do was now cancelled. But not long after, about half a month later, I heard they had broken up. It was Leon who initiated it. Honestly, I found it hard to believe. Leon loved Luna so deeply. He had done so much for her. Now that she had already changed her mind, how could he possibly initiate a breakup? That day, after half a month, I received a message from Leon. Are you free these next couple of days? There's something I want to talk to you about. How about that Western restaurant you used to like? Haven't seen you in a long time. After thinking about it, I replied. Busy lately. After work, Silas happened to be nearby and picked me up for dinner. Perhaps because of that night's heart-to-heart. Our relationship had progressed rapidly during this period. After dinner, he took a call. I stood downstairs waiting for him. Suddenly, someone appeared, slapped me across the face, and screamed hysterically at me. It's you! How is it you again? When did you get so close to Silas? Luna's eyes were bloodshot, her hands trembling violently. You've seduced them both. Everyone loves you, why? Leon used to be so crazy about me. Whatever I said, he'd do. But this time we were together, and he kept thinking about you, wondering what you were doing. How could he do this to me? Besides, you're just a country bumpkin. Without us, you'd probably still be picking corn somewhere. My face stung with pain. He doesn't like me, you're mistaken. This is between you and him. You should talk to him. How much he cares about you, you should know better than anyone. Luna sneered coldly. Oh. Then it seems his sincere feelings are going to waste. Just then, Silas came downstairs. He looked at my face. Then glared coldly at Luna. Luna was clearly already losing control. I suddenly remembered the girl arguing with Leon in the cornfield 7 years ago. So vibrant and bright. Call Leon, I said. Silas, upon hearing this, gave me a surprised look, but finally took out his phone and called Leon. Sophia was slapped. Damn, who? Where? Why are you even with Sophia? Silas's voice was flat. Luna hit her. Come pick her up. There was a long silence on the other end. Soon, Leon arrived. He looked at me, then at Silas, seeming hesitant. You guys. I was about to speak when Silas said sternly. Clean up your own mess. Don't drag others into it. Leon frowned, unconvinced. My mess? Are you any better? How is Sophia with you? I thought you didn't like women? I took a deep breath. You should take her back first. Leon, interrupted, gave me a conflicted look. He finally said nothing more. He took Luna and left. Back home, I received a message from Leon. How did you end up with my brother? What's going on with you two? I replied to him. There's nothing going on. Then the screen showed typing. For a long time. After a while, he called me directly. I've thought about it a lot, actually, and I want to tell you. My feelings for Luna all these years seem to have just been an obsession. I interrupted him. Check your messages, I just transferred you some money. His voice stopped abruptly. I continued. Every penny you ever spent on me, I kept track. I'll pay you back slowly. I will always remember the debt I owe you. But from now on, we are merely benefactor and beneficiary. Your feelings, your life, I won't be involved anymore. Leon took a heavy breath. I never meant to cut ties with you. But I do. Silas was right. I had taken the wrong path before, used the wrong method. That's why it hurt both others and myself. What if I said I like you, want to pursue you, be with you? I was stunned. Then there was a long silence. I asked him, is belated love still love? Without waiting for his answer, I hung up. For a long time after that, I intermittently received many gifts sent by Leon, just like when he had begged me to pursue Silas. But this time, my heart remained completely unmoved. I sold the apartment Leon had given me. Sold the car at a discounted price too. Combined with the money I'd saved over the past 2 years, I asked a lawyer to draft an installment repayment agreement. Then mailed it to Leon. He called me. Is this really necessary? I said. Yes. He sneered, his tone low and heavy. Because of my brother? You want to be with him? As he spoke, he seemed annoyed, lit a cigarette, his tone almost mocking. That's simple then. If you're going to be my sister-in-law, what does money matter? I sighed. Leon, do you remember the first thing you ever said to me? He had said he would fund my education, give me food and clothes, give me more money than I could spend in a lifetime. Then make me love him. He thought for a moment, then tentatively said, the first thing, asked your name? I laughed. Honestly, it hurt a little. After all these years, only I had engraved those words into my bones, never daring to forget. I repeated his original words back to him. Then said, I did what you asked. But now, I'm going to give it all back. I don't want your so-called endless money either. Shouldn't I be able to stop loving you now? As for the future, what I do, who I'm with, it has nothing to do with you anymore. Afterwards, I ran into Leon a few more times. Each time, he looked at me with an inscrutable gaze. He became more steady, but never started another relationship. Mrs. Zhou sought me out privately, she sighed. I always liked you. When I said I wanted you to join the Zhou family, I meant it sincerely. That things turned out like this between you and Leon is fate. As for that Luna, her ambitions are too big. She wants this one and that one too. I never approved of her from the start. Ending it is for the best. Mrs. Zhou told me Luna had been depressed at home for a long time and had tried to see Leon a few times. But they always parted on bad terms. I kept in touch with Silas sporadically. His social graces were impeccable, never making others feel uncomfortable. Every interaction was kept at an appropriate distance. One day, he took me to see an art exhibition I'd always wanted to attend. When we came out, it was raining. We stood together under the covered walkway. He suddenly spoke. I remember the first time I saw you, you were very timid. Hiding behind Leon, clutching his sleeve tightly like it was a lifeline. I smiled. Yeah, back then he really was my savior. His brows furrowed slightly. Sophia. If you're willing, I looked up at him, interrupting him. Oh, I applied for a transfer. I leave the day after tomorrow. Silas's expression became unreadable. The day after tomorrow? His voice was low, his tone unreadable. Yes, I nodded. There's a very important project at headquarters, in Paris, requiring long-term assignment. It's a rare opportunity. I applied and got it. He was silent for a long time, then spoke very directly. To avoid me? I laughed dryly. No, I just want to try starting a new journey. I want to see how far I can go relying only on myself. The day I left, Silas was away on a business trip. He timed it perfectly, sending me a message. Have a smooth journey. I'll be waiting for your return. I replied to him. Okay. I was dragging my suitcase downstairs when I saw an unexpected person at the entrance to my neighborhood. It was Leon. We hadn't seen each other for a while. He walked over and took the suitcase from my hand. Come on, I'll drive you. How did you? He paused mid-step. You want to ask me how I knew you were leaving? Or why I came? I sighed. Both. He smiled, lacking his former spiritedness, vaguely resembling Silas. How could I not know about your matters? He had always been very concerned about me. He had contact information for many people around me. When I first joined the company, he had specifically sought out my supervisor and had a meal together. I couldn't really refute what he said. As for why? 7 years, we were inseparable, knew everything about each other. Now, you're leaving. Can't I just see you off one last time? Sure, I said. He looked at me, raised his hand, wanting to ruffle my hair like before. I took a step back. Avoided him. His hand hung in the air. He finally just sighed. Let's go. From now on, I won't look back.